Peace. My name is Kenny Baraka, and this is Writing Bars, a very, and I emphasize very, basic step-by-step guide to writing a rap verse. I guess we should probably start with maybe clarifying what rap is. All right, rap is a means of personal expression and reflection, a way for you to vent and talk about what you're feeling, what you're thinking about, what you're considering, what you're experiencing. All right. Rap is a vehicle of cultural, social, political activism and empowerment, from Chuck D to Akala to Stormzy at Glastonbury. All right. It's a way for a person or people to talk about those things that are adversely or positively affecting their community, their world. All right. Rap is a way to tell a story. All said, rap is a poetic way of using rhyming words and phrasing to say something about something. Right? What are we going to be doing today? Hopefully we will be writing an opening 16-bar verse of your rap song. We'll talk about bars later, but essentially we're going to be writing your first opening introductory verse. Right? Before we continue, let's keep in mind, right? The only real way to measure the quality and success of lyrics is how effectively those lyrics are able to communicate their message or point. Right? In other words, what you write, speak, or spit is judged by how well you're able to express your ideas and make clear in someone else's mind what's in yours. All right? That said, step one. Deciding your message, your point, and then choosing your topic. Now, again, bearing in mind what we just talked about in terms of measuring the quality of lyrics, you first must begin by deciding what your message or point is. In other words, i.e., what are you going to be writing about? Now, often, the best things to talk or write about are those things you are most passionate about. What you've lived, what you've gone through, who or what are most important to you, what are your interests, your hobbies, all right? So you might choose your topic and say you're going to talk about your family, all right? Your pops, your nan, your uncle, your cousins, etc., etc. You might talk about gaming. All right? Are you into single-person shooters? Are you Fortnite, etc., etc.? Xbox, PS4, music, fashion, your heritage, football, of course, or any other sport, your mana, yada, 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 all right? Use one of these, or if you have one of your own, you already know what you want to write about, all right, to decide your message and point, and then choose that as your topic, all right? If you can come up with a title, it would be helpful, all right? You don't have to, but if you can come up with a title, it would be helpful, because titles remind us of what we're supposed to be talking and writing about, all right? Keeps us on task and on topic. Now, pause the slideshow. Take maybe 5-10 minutes to decide your topic. Step 2, asking the question and voice considerations. Now, you've chosen your topic. Hopefully you've chosen your topic and maybe come up with a title. Now what you need to do is come up with a question, right? A question that relates to the topic or title that you've chosen, all right? Again, you need to come up with a question to answer that relates to the topic or title you've chosen, as well as what character or voice you'll be addressing the question as, all right? Remember, the better, the more interesting, the funnier the question, the better the verse or rap, all right? So, for example, you might go with your family, and a possible question might be, what are some things that different members of your family have told you or taught you, all right? And your voice consideration might be, will I be speaking as that family member, my nan, my pops, my uncle, or will I be speaking as myself, all right? Or both, going back and forth, back and forth. Perhaps you'll talk about football, and the possible question might be, who would be the 11 players that would make up your fantasy league team and why? And what you might want to consider is, are you speaking or writing as a new owner in the Premier League, or the manager, or the reporter, or commentator, all right? Or you might choose to write about your mana. And a possible question might be, if you had £10 million to improve your neighborhood, what changes would you make and why? And the voice considerations might be, am I writing as a local MP who's just received a regeneration grant, or as someone from the hood, from the manor, who's made it big in sports, medicine, music, what have you, and is now giving back to the community. All right. So now, maybe pause the slideshow, take 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so, and come up with a good question or two or three related to your topic. And don't forget the voice considerations. All right. Step 3, mind mapping the topic and the question. Mind maps are really helpful. They help us generate content. All right. So what you want you to do is mind map ideas, phrases related to the topic and to the question you've come up with. All right. The more related words and phrases, the more choice you have, in picking and choosing and writing your bars, your rap. And the more choice you have, the easier it will be to write the verse or rap. All right. So let's say you took racism as your topic, and your example question was, "How can we cure racism?" Good question. And your example to consider, your voice consideration would be, you've decided to write it as a doctor in racism treatment. All right. Your example mind map might include, draw your circle, write the question, how can we cure racism in the middle, and then all the lines off it in these words. It might come up with race, discrimination, racism, of course, obviously, prejudice, ignorance, the media, movies, criminals, color, black, white, illness, disease, virus, cause, symptoms, cure, vaccine, medicine, yada, 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 on, so on, fear, hate, love. All right. Now, maybe take 5-10 minutes again to mind map your topic and your question. Step 4, answering the question, writing the verse, and a few helpful tips, right? Now, you've come up with your question, you have your topic, you've done your mind mapping. All you have to do is really write the rap, just answer the question, right? And here are some helpful tips and writing strategies for you when you don't know exactly what to write next. You're stuck on the line. You're like, I've written this line, don't know what to write next. 1, use your mind map. That's what it's there for. It's a word bank or color palette if you're a painter. All right. Just go in there and choose a word and write something about that, and it should link. All right. Ask one of the 5 W's. Indispensable, invaluable. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. All right. Answering that one-word question, all right, will help you to extend, continue, follow each idea to its topical conclusion. And that means to the end of the thought. Implement listings, i.e., give a list in 3s, all right? Give examples, all right? Up, down, round, around, all right? And the use of opposites. Up the stairs, up, down, round, around. Up the stairs, then down the hall, or chaos outside, find peace within, or think global, act local. If you are using the question, you have your topic, you have mind mapping, and you're using some of those strategies, you might be able to come up with something like this, right? Racism is a disease, a virus to be sure, to first know its causes before finding the cure. For some, the cause is hate, for others, it's just ignorance. Some learn it off of their family, one isolated incident. Fearing the unknown, hating what they don't understand, instead of braving the elements and loving their fellow man. You need to start to look at the symptoms if we're looking to find the cure. Yada, 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 on and on. All right? So let's go back to the beginning. Racism is a disease. Disease is a word we got from our mind map. All right? A virus to be sure, the first know its causes before finding the cure. The first know its causes. What do you want to know? What are some of the causes? All right? That's the use of the 5 W's. What are some of the causes? For some of the causes hate, for others it's ignorance. Some learn it off their family or an isolated incident. All right? So that's an example of listings. All right? Hate, ignorance, off of their family, isolated incident. Isolated incident, by the way, is a good example of alliteration. Alliteration is a nice way to add nuance to your verse. Fearing the unknown, hating what they don't understand, instead of braving the elements and loving their fellow man. That's a good use of opposites. Fear, braving, hating, loving. All right? So, with that said, write your bars. Post a slideshow and get busy. Now, step 5, finally. All right? Perfecting your piece. Comes down to 2 simple words, but one of them I'm going to say a lot. Edit, Go back and perfect it. Go back and find out if you could use different words, if you could string things together, if perhaps you didn't ask the right question. Move the bottom to the top. So edit, perfect it, all right? And practice, 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 practice. Those 5 steps, you'll have your first ball and you'll have an infinite amount more. All right? Look forward to hearing and seeing what you guys come up with. All right? Kenny Brocker, Writing Bars. Peace. And once you completed everything that you wanted to do to it, really, you've written it out, you've edited, you have topic questions, etc., etc. You've maybe tried it to a beat, laid it to a beat. If not, that's fine. Then please be sure to email what you have to PalarDay@ArcJohnKeatsAcademy.org.